Welcome everyone to Saturday Night Hype, and we've got ourselves a big tag team match. It's the Sons of Lavos versus Ganondorf and the Riddler of the Greasy Green Gigolos, also known as Ganidler. I am, of course, the Sentinel Sean McCarty, ready to bring all of the action to you as we kick off the summer months, and we've put them to bed, and we tuck them in goodnight as the leaves begin to change and fall descends upon us. And Crono has had a number of successes here in the autumn time, as has Magus, but they are looking to take one step further here tonight, build themselves up as a tag team. Last autumn, they actually competed against DCs, who are still the tag team champions. They will defend their belts against Mario and Luigi at Autumn Asylum, September 28th and 29th, which is what we are building towards over the next 3 weeks. We've got a big singles match in Reptile versus Ermac, and then of the pre-show the week following with women's tag team action and the huge Soul Calibur gauntlet between the Forgotten Fighters, Sagat, Brandon Ulrich, and Nathan Von Schrader against the combatant resistance that is Ken Masters, Johnny Cage, and of course Simon Belmont, who is dying to get his hands on Sagat after all of the being messed with that they have had to endure. And there is no one who understands what being messed with means more than the Greasy Green Gigolos. Here comes Ganondorf, who the last time we saw him, I believe it was a No Man's Land matchup that we saw, the Fatal Attrition, where Ganondorf was in fact successful. He was not the last man standing, but the team of the Greasy Green Gigolos was successful. Last man standing was Reptile, went wire to wire in a very, very impressive showing. And Ganondorf and the Riddler had some level of success, making it to the semifinals of the Rebels and Redcoats tournament. And can they get a big W here against the seasoned veterans of the Sons of Lavos, who have been here from the start 10 years ago? The Riddler new to this equation, Ganondorf new to CIW, relatively speaking, as we saw Ganondorf make his appearance, I believe, at the very end of last year to the beginning of this year, when a partner was needed to take on the Shades of Black, who have since imploded. And stay tuned for that big matchup. That was as a result of Fatal Attrition. We've got Neo versus Riddick one-on-one. And some very interesting details have emerged regarding that faction. And more will be revealed, of course, coming in at Autumn Asylum proper. But if you'd like to get the entirety of the scope of what the match cards on September the 28th and 29th are going to look like, don't forget to check out the storyline update video that was posted 2 days ago, as well as there will be some community tab regarding the cards, so you'll see some screenshots of some of the matchups, and we're going to have polls all through the month of September as to who you think is going to win these matches. But can the Riddler and Ganondorf? Riddler, the designated driver for the Greasy Green Gigolos, I'm told that he drinks strictly apple juice, and not apple juice from the Waterboy apple juice, but actual apple juice. No need any Rob Schneider here on this day. Referee Luke Goss assigned to this contest. Here we go, as Crono and Ganondorf start this match. And, you know, Crono usually not one to cower in the face of bigger guys, but Ganondorf is another animal, man. We saw, well, metaphorically speaking, we didn't see it in the literal sense, but Agent 47's britches get filled with the brown stuff where the sun don't shine. Oh, what a big boot to the skull, as Ganondorf smartly wielding that power game in the early going. Tag into the Riddler now. Nice double team move here. Gutbuster. And the elevation they got because of the height of Ganondorf on that. And that's really what the Ganondorf and the Riddler really need to do, is isolate Crono. You know, we know the power moves of Magus. Magus having a decent amount of success in CIW, making it to the finals of the original King of the Spring tournament, and getting involved in some of the most major angles, including, well, both of them were pretty, both he and Crono were pretty, well, prior to Crono being decapitated, he was part of Satan's Soldiers and the Shades of Black, as Magus tried to free him, and then there was a double convert, like a freeing and a conversion on the same night. That also happened at Autumn Asylum. So the Sons of Lavos have had very active autumns in the tenure of CIW, and can they punctuate 10 years of it with a win here tonight against the larger odds and definitely the more momentum-filled Greasy Green Gigolos? Of course, Piccolo and Reptile, the winners of the Rebels and Redcoats tournament, have the opportunity to cash in anytime they want. As we mentioned, Reptile next week is going one-on-one with Ermac, who was a little disappointed at Reptile saying he was disappointed in Ermac's actions lately. And now a crab from Eddie Nigma, as he is trying to get the most advantage he can. A nice slingshot while Luke Goss is dealing with Magus. As so far, this has been all Gigolos to start out. And we will see, speaking of the Tag Team Championships, DC defending against Mario and Luigi. That's a big match on Autumn Asylum. All 4 titles on the line. The Pink Ranger with the biggest opportunity of any Power Ranger SPD member up to this point, with a Women's Championship opportunity against Wonder Woman. You'll see that. And out front face lock from the Riddler. And Riddler really trying to wear Crono down, slowing this match down more than I thought the Riddler would be inclined to do. And now, oh, nice run. It would have been a nice inside cradle if Magus was the legal man, but maybe just toying with Magus. Oh, now jumping on the back of the Riddler, now trying to get a sleeper, and Ganondorf right there. Pretty sure punched Riddler in the gut in order to break that hold up. Perhaps an unorthodox means, but oh, and just barely dodged Crono as Riddler was going after Magus, who was not happy that Magus got involved, and now the referees count up to 1. Wait a minute, what is Riddler doing? Riddler, what are you doing? No, Riddler, stop that! Riddler, stop that! No, oh God, no, oh no! And, oh God, and just as we thought Riddler had changed his tune, there goes Eddie Nigma getting all of that Nigma all over Magus, and a big boot is adding injury to insult, as Magus has just been violated on CIW programming, and I don't know what to say, and I was not expecting that out of the Riddler, and understand, oh no, Riddler, you may want to get out of there, man. Riddler knowing that Magus is incensed. That is not the man you should be patting on the butt. This is not a football player who appreciates the old butt slap. Russian leg sweep, as Magus not a happy camper. I mean, generally speaking, Magus is not that happy as a person, I would say. But you don't want to piss the man off. He's the master of the dark matter, and Riddler trying to tap into where that dark matter comes from, and Magus not appreciating that at all, as now raining down punches as the Greasy Green Gigolos, and I don't even know what Ganondorf makes of that. I don't even know if Ganondorf saw it, because he was on the complete other side of the ring, and they were underneath, well, not under the apron, but underneath maybe the visual blockage of the apron, as Magus just rains down punch after punch after punch. You know, it's hard to blame the guy. When you have something like that happen, I mean, Riddler literally dry humped him. That was, I don't even know what to call that. Gross is what I would call it. As that's the Riddler that we had hoped had not arrived in CIW. That maybe the Gigolos, oh, wait a second, dark matter onto Ganondorf, who just tagged in. Smartly, Riddler getting out of there, as Magus was just going after him, understandably so. Magus may be the only guy in this matchup capable of manhandling Ganondorf on his own. A little bit fresher than Crono, who took a good amount of punishment. Now the Riddler being tagged back in. And can the Riddler somehow mount... Oh, and now an inside cradle. This time it'll work. 1, 2, and just in time, Crono with the leg drop. And we were just talking about the punishment that Crono took earlier in the match. You could see him holding his ribs. And referee Luke Goss trying to get Crono out of the ring. Legal men are Riddler and Magus. Magus violated earlier in this matchup, and not appreciating it one bit with a power slam. And theoretically, there shall be no violations of that nature come Autumn Asylum, but we are going to get a huge, huge title match between Symbiote Spider-Man and his former Heroes of Fortune tag partner, the former three-time Exceed champion Aquaman, in his first world title match ever. Heroes of Fortune at it again. Bully Maguire looking to retain his World's Heavyweight Championship. And I gotta admit, Symbiote Spider-Man has been a hell of a fighting champion for CIW. He's not turned down a challenge that anyone has given, as Aquaman won the opportunity in a four-way battle royal at the Midsummer Showdown. Oh no! Kick to the groin, message sent. using the ropes as leverage, and we're starting to see some of that old Riddler come back. And, you know, maybe that's something that the Gigolos wanted out of the Riddler. I mean, truth be told, because they're having a good time, and that's why Riddler DDs, because, you know, if the Riddler starts drinking, he gets slutty like this. So, God forbid, maybe he was hanging out with Von Schrader earlier this week. Who really knows? But now just a wrist lock. A big wrist lock, but a smart wrist lock from the Riddler. Because Crono's got to get you all the way upside down. Oh, wait a second. Oh, no. Oh, no. Luke Goss just got hit as the Riddler got Magus out of position. I don't know whether that was on purpose, but folks, you can help Luke Goss recover from those potatoes if you like, if you share, if you subscribe, if you leave a comment down below, and if you switch that bell button to all for our CIW Save a Referee Fund. You too can help the medical team take care of our referees who get hurt in the line of duty all the time and have nothing but your support to go after. Big float over DDT from the Riddler, whose head is starting to hurt. As the Riddler, oh, wait a second. Oh, hey, oh, no, come on. Riddler, no, I don't want to see, nobody wants to see this. Not in the middle of the ring. No, I can't, oh, God. Somebody, please. Crono is screaming help. Mage is not even helping him. And the lower back and he humped himself to exhaustion. The Riddler cannot capitalize to go for the pin. Crono just got humped to death, and the Riddler can't even go for the pin because he exhausted himself. And the Riddler needs better cardio, man, and then that's what happens. As Crono now feeling the effects of the Riddler's violating Nigma. As we don't have a name for that finisher, folks, but trust me, I am not going to lose sleep coming up with one. I think I've already lost sleep just watching it. Cover from Crono, 1, 2, and only 2 as the Riddler kicks out as Mage is headed off Ganondorf at the pass. As now, with both members of the Sons of Lavos definitely feeling that their zeal has been offended, let's put it. This has a whole new context here. I don't know if this match was personal to start, but Riddler sure as hell made it personal. And I think after Ganondorf witnessed that, he's like, yeah, I don't know how much I want to help the Riddler after that. Really, you know, the Ganondorf, say what you want, he's not that kind of villain, as the Riddler is very much that kind of villain, as we've seen well documented, but not up to this point in CIW. Head wrench, Riddler up to the top again, as Ganondorf is just ignoring him. And now another head wrench, and I'm just talking smack to Crono. Or yeah, actually he's yelling at Ganondorf, let me hit him, let me hit him. Hey, Ganny, let me hit him. Up to the top, forearm, and he got him. Forearm to the head. And if the Riddler went for a cover, he might just get the win for the Gigolos right here. And you know, not for nothing against the Riddler. That's the most Gigolo-like thing I've ever seen any of them do. Same for the shucking and jiving, but that's the most lewd Gigolo-like move I've ever seen any of them do, and regrettably, it came from this guy, the Riddler, as Crono trying to get the Sons of Lavos back into this with a chip on their shoulder and a bruise on their buttocks. And, you know, we didn't need to see many we didn't need to see many low blows for messages to be sent where the sun don't shine on this day. But folks, it's all about sending a message, and speaking of the man who invented that, Exceeds Championship, now titled the ABP Championship, on the line as the champion, Abizzle, The Rock, our king, as he is contractually obligated me to say, against the former champion Sephiroth, the rematch taking place on Autumn Asylum. Stay tuned for that. Tag into Magus, as both of these men have taken a good amount of punishment in the Sons of Lavos. Wait a second, Dark Matter, if Magus went for the cover here, he could have it. Goes for the cover, but Ganondorf is standing right over top of him. And while I applaud Magus for not wasting any time and going for the cover, maybe taking care of the gigantic green dude looming over you might have helped matters as far as securing the victory. And now just getting sandwiched. Getting a punch from the front and the back from the Gigolos. as the Riddler is really starting to get to a level of insufferable here, as Ganondorf's just trying to do his job. Ganondorf's just looking to party. Riddler is partying now. And oh, what a fall-away slam to the outside. JBL approved, and a stomp to the shoulder as the Riddler is just going absolutely bonkers here in this matchup on Saturday night. Hype! Again, this is just the first of 3 weeks full of Saturday matchups that leads to our 2-day event at the end of the month. We're going to see some major matches. Of course, the Battle of the Gods, the tag match between Kratos and Shiva versus Hellfire and Brimstone, Satan and the Grim Reaper. That is going to be a slobber knocker, to borrow a phrase. Referees count up to 6 here, and the count broken up as Magus and Riddler in the corner. And this is now devolved, folks. This is now Riddler and Magus on one side of the ring. You've got Crono and Ganondorf on the other side of the ring. And which one of these two teams is going to start off the fall months of CIW with a win? And folks, after Autumn Asylum, we've got, of course, the next round of Hollow Wrestling on Halloween, Thanks Grappling on Thanksgiving, and then leading up to our winter months and the content heading up there, and usually culminates in Wrestlebration in February of 2025, the 11th anniversary. Cover for Magus here. Is he going to win it here in the fall? One and only one, is Ganondorf right there to break it up. Legal men are Magus and the Riddler. Wait a second. Chrono Trigger, going for the Chrono Trigger. Neckbreaker from Ganondorf, and he can't go for the cover because he's not the legal man. And now both legal men are getting beaten by the illegal man. Luke Goss catching a stray. Plunge to the dick. Message sent as Ganondorf goes, all right, fuck it, I'll do it. And you got to give credit to Ganondorf trying to match that Riddler energy. I don't know if that's the energy anyone should be matching. Maybe extinguishing, but, you know, now what is this? A big abdominal stretch. A huge abdominal stretch trying to stop that libido of the Riddler. And maybe that's what we'll call that. Is hitting him with that big libido of his. And oh, and a chop block there from Ganondorf to stop Magus from being able to capitalize and go for a cover. Magus being the MVP of this tag team right now. Really ought to be the legal man. I don't know why Riddler is not making a tag at this point. But this match has shown that we cannot really judge the judgment of the Riddler very seriously tonight. Slap to the back as Ganondorf trying to take these guys on 1-on-2 almost. Back elbow from Magus. As now the two legal men lying in the middle of the ring. One of these teams will emerge victorious here on September the 7th. Thank you very much for inviting us into your home. And stay tuned for the next month of big matchups, including another member of the Gigolos, Piccolo, going up against Pepsi Zero, who claims Pepsi Zero has lost 0 times, as Piccolo, of course, got the pin during the fatal attrition match at No Man's Land over the summer. Pepsi Zero not appreciating that and has challenged Piccolo to that one-on-one contest. As the Sons of Lavos, you know, knowing what the Gigolos' momentum is right now, a win for the Sons of Lavos could really do them a good number of wonders as they get themselves closer and closer back to that tag team championship level. But now Ganondorf is in, and that does not bode well for the chances. And can you imagine losing after both of you getting your butts pirated, let's say, and now a leg attack, take a drink or a scoop of ice cream, or I don't know, a tube of Bengay, I suppose, if you're the Sons of Lavos. Yeah, they were libidoed so bad they can't walk straight. Double DDT. And neither of them really able to walk straight, but that's more because they've had more damage done to their heads and their chests and their abdomen. You know, this has been a hell of a matchup between these two teams. And now Crono trying to lift up Ganondorf. And while he's been known to succeed lifting big guys, it is late into this matchup. And who knows what Crono has left. Now, look, wait a second. Double team here. And a big, oh, God. Almost reminding shades of Chronic, Brian Adams or Brian Clark with that double takedown. A spine buster-like move, and you have to imagine if the Riddler had gone for a pin there, he might just have gotten it. And now a big backbreaker. But now Riddler, he's really feeling the effects of the combined length of this match and the way that Crono and Magus have both inflicted their finishes. He's taken a Chrono Trigger, he's taken a Dark Matter, and oh, wait a second, small package in the corner of the Sons of Lavos, 2, 3, he caught him! Crono's caught him with a small package, and the Sons of Lavos steal one, and you almost have to be happy that it ends under those kind of circumstances. These two men have been probed against their will, but at least they come out with the W. Even though their backsides may have to be set to wumbo after this match, they are going to wumble their way to the back, winners here on this night. Good job for the Sons of Lavos. How will Ganondorf respond? Thank you all for coming to Saturday Night Hype, and we will see you next week for Reptile versus Ermac. Take care, everybody.